Hello and welcome to EU4 School with the Blobber. Today we will be teaching prestige farming. This is a technique that is especially useful for Ming, or once you've grown reasonably large. France can to a lesser extent pull it off at the start, but Ming is the best. Now, this was a normal Ming start. I went and used the Horde War. The tricks that I showed in the Horde War episode to grow Haixi out to include Yeren, or at least most of what was Yeren. And I threatened Langzang for I threatened Langzan for Luang Namtha, which I released as Luang Parabang, and then using the claims for Restore the Old Frontier, I fed the vassal Luang Parabang all this land. Now, this is tempting to do because as Ming, you start off with a really bad king, and a bad heir, so you don't really have the points to core anything yourself. And you start off with a large enough force limit and a large enough income that you can kind of afford to keep a big enough army that you can keep a couple of large vassals in line, kind of. But one of the things that you can do to help keep the vassals in line, especially if you want to go do things like, in religion, placing your heir on their throne that makes them hate you, and once they start getting bigger and stronger, is to use placate local rulers. Now this costs a fair bit of prestige, which is why we're going to be prestige farming. Now, as Ming, if any of the little nation states are free in China, you get an automatic unified China CB. However, that CB allows you to simply ask for money in the form of war reps or direct money, and also concede defeat. This means that we can do things like, well, let's see, we've got that one, we've got that one. It is, where was it? Beijing, that one. This one, we release, it's a reasonably high development, but it's about as low as we get with a bad trade good. What we do is we go, release yarn. Then, same deal, but one of these was it? It was this one. We release Liang. We can do Chu as well. One was it though? Is this one? Check. No, that's Z. There we go. Can also do, if we wanted, we could go do Chu, but you don't want to do ones that border each other because then they will declare war on each other, and you don't want that. We can do Chu. Huh? Oh no, we can do Mao. Meow. Sorry. But it's probably better off doing it in this 3 development province because you'll lose less income. So we'll do that one. We can go do 7 development province and give it to you. And we can do 5 development. Unfortunately it has a pretty nice trade good, but it gives us min. We can come up here and do this 8 development province and get Ning. And lastly we can do this 8 development province and get Wu. Now, admittedly, because we just released them, have a temporary truce. But let's pretend that we didn't. And what this would let us do is declare war using Unified China. Gives us blah 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 blah. I'm going to skip ahead now, and we'll just teleport to when these truces are up. Okay, we've teleported ahead in time to where the truces are no longer active. All that happened in the meantime was I have forced Haixi to follow Confucianism, which makes him hate me, and will show how we actually use this prestige. Now, it did cost us a little prestige to release them, but it's going to pay itself back many-fold. Boom, we declare to unify China, we waltz on in with our much bigger army. We'll slow down time a little. Declare the other ones, like Miao and Yue, once we're allowed to. Well, speed up a little more than speed 1, but speed 5 was a bit excessive. Boom, we've won that. You leave 1 unit behind to actually stop them building more. Move down next to the next one. Declare our unified. Okay, you like us, so we insult you. Then we're allowed to attack you. In the meantime, we'll declare the one on here. Same deal. He tries to escape. Leave 1. Do. Now, once you have completely destroyed their army and left them under siege for a while, so that the length of war modifier isn't too much in working against you, what you'll find is that it's pretty damn easy to get these little states to agree that you are good and they suck. Or more specifically, that they accept that they should concede defeat, giving you a whole bunch of prestige. The first time you only gain back the prestige that you lost by releasing them. But, say we do it, from then on, because it's such a small peace deal, you can run another war against them for the exact same thing, basically every 6 years. So every 6 years you'll get 10 prestige from that one little nation state. Now occasionally you might want to, instead of declaring for prestige, because you'll get back up to max prestige pretty easily using this technique. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them. 10 prestige per war. That's 80 prestige every 6 years, which is a lot more than your decay rate should be, unless you've got some terrible event luck that you just keep throwing it away to events. Which means that when you no longer need it for the prestige, your own prestige, you can then start using it to do things like... he's not willing to do it yet. Give him a little bit more time so that the length of war goes away. Declare this one. We'll bring these guys over here to do that one. We can do that one in a sec. But what you can use it for, once you've maxed out your prestige, like that, there we go, is you can start using that prestige to pay down the loyalty of your vassals. So you can have huge vassals that should be disloyal, but because of the amount of prestige that you can afford to pump into them, they'll remain loyal. Go. Allocate local rulers. Liberty Zaya by 10% at the cost of 20 prestige. Let's say it ticks down. It ticks down at a rate that you need to click the button to keep it at the same level. You need to click it every about 8 years. Because it goes down by 0.01 a month, 12 months in a year. Times that by 8 years and you've got a nice round number. 12 by 8 gives you 96, which is close enough to 100. So about every 8 years, you need to click the button to keep it the same. But if you can click it more than that, then suddenly you're gaining loyalty permanently. Gain corruption because we don't really care. Prove our point. Try and peace out here. Beautiful prestige. Peace out here. That length of war's still not long enough. Give them a sec, they'll realise they're being stupid. And what you can also do is ask for money. So like here, bunch of money. And the thing is, they're going to earn more money out of the land than you would, because, let's just pick you for example, whereas as China you get the 50% autonomy, they get full autonomy reduction. They also get the extra base income from being their own country. Are we here? Tax, independent nation +1. They get that. So every year they get 12 extra ducats just for being their own country, which you can sort of bludgeon out of them occasionally. Cool. So this technique shows off how you can farm prestige to keep your loyals, your vassals loyal. Helped, look, his events and province defections went down. To keep your prestige high so that you've got more morale, so that you've got more, what's the other one? Morale, the one that you care about. The legitimacy is especially important for Ming, and the aggressive expansion impact is very important. Cool. So, prestige farming for big, loyal vassals, free money, heaps of prestige and all the bonuses that that implies. I hope this lesson has taught you something that you'll be able to use in your campaign, or if not, have a watch of it in use in my Ming campaign. In any case, I hope we see you again soon. Bye bye.